All right, I got my work phone with me just in case. All right, bet. Welcome to the .Ugly Truth Podcast, where I speak with some amazing people who do some amazing things. But as you know, everything that glitters is not always so gold. There's always an ugly truth before the beauty. So today I've got an awesome guest here. My guy Cardo. He is the DMV Computer Man. All right, this guy is I actually purchased the laptop we're recording on from you.
I bet.
Brand new.
I bet.
I knew it was ready to go. I didn't want to go to like Best Buy or nothing like that because I could have went there, but I
No,
ain't
you
go there.
couldn't. No, you
Well,
couldn't.
you're right. Okay,
You would have a lot of guilt right now.
you're right. I would feel terrible. Like that would be horrible.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd be feeling terrible if I go to people and I be like, damn, my friend do this. That's why I don't get my car washed by like Big Jones.
Yeah, that's true. I don't either. I get my cars detailed by a little local guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He comes to the house and gets me right. So the podcast is sponsored by none other than The Ugly Brand. Go ahead and get your gear at www.theuglybrand.com. Let's get into it. Cardo, how did you get into the computer space?
Long story. How did I really get into it?
Mm-hmm.
It started back in Windows 95.
Oh, my man had net zero.
I mean, so I was one of those kids that like I said, I didn't have my father wasn't in the house, so I had a lot of tools laying around, and not a parent to keep me from touch issues with them tools. Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can.
All right, just making sure.
You
know
all
what I'm
right.
saying? You know what?
You right. Listen, we gonna go ahead and.
I ain't had that much supervision, so I spent a lot of time in the house learning how to do stuff on my own, which was great. To be honest, I'm not saying that was something that set me back in life, not having two parents, because it actually excelled me, in my opinion, because I had time to like figure out who I was more versus not trying to follow in somebody's footsteps.
Right.
So yeah, I started, taking the screwdriver, and I think the first thing I broke was the TV in the house. And but Windows 95 kind of sparked my interest in the whole computer thing. Because we had the dial-up internet, and I was downloading all kinds of free everything, messing slow computer, the whole nine. And then I was always into this stuff, right? The lights, the cameras, the microphones, and hooking them up and trying to record, trying to rap. But one thing I learned during that whole process was that you got to know the equipment.
Right.
Otherwise, you ain't gonna really get the results you're looking for.
Right.
The equipment plays a major part in what you're doing. And at the time I didn't know that. So my mom bought what she could afford.
Right.
So I worked with what we had.
Right.
That was the whole, growing up black thing.
Right.
You work with what you had, right? But as I got older and I started meeting people who knew more about the stuff, I was like, yo, I need to really tap in.
Yeah.
But it came a point where I had worked for Life Touch. I had worked for Ford. I had worked. My very first job was at Jerry Southern Pizza in Temple Hills.
Man, let me tell you something about Jerry Southern Pizza though. since you said it, they have some of the most amazing cheesesteaks. I think that people be slipping on them joints.
I used to work there. I used to cook them
joints. Is good.
Joints is crap.
All right.
So I used to work there. That was just a early job, just to say I had a job. But a lot of the jobs I was getting was like commission based.
Right.
So they did Ford, sold cars. And the one thing I learned about a lot of those jobs were certain things would prevent me from making the money I was trying to make.
Right.
And it ain't the job. It ain't the people. It could be the economy. So when I was selling cars, we went through that whole crash of the economy. And people couldn't get finance.
Right.
Like we going through right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So folks in the car industry probably are like at a loss. They got the chip shortage going on.
Right.
You got the interest rates is talking about going up 4% this year. So just think about it and then go back 10, 15 years when I was working there. It's the same old story.
Right.
So I couldn't really eat the way I wanted to because there was too many factors playing into the game that I had no control over.
Right.
So I left Ford, started taking pictures with Life Touch. Took pictures, and I was making good money. They was paying me commission, but the way I played the game, I was making about $32 an hour. They was paying me 16% commission. Average photo package was about $100.
And this is for Life Touch.
Life Touch.
It's for everybody who doesn't know. Life Touch is the back in the day was the school photos that we all had with our hands like this. It was them.
So what I was doing, I was a church directory division. So I go to different churches and take the pictures, and they put together a whole book, like a book for the church. They do it like every 4 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
Beauty of the whole business scheme, and that's what my biggest thing was with any business I went to. I had to understand the business. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be any good at it. So I understood the scheme of the business. The scheme of the business was they go to the churches. The churches would sign up folks to take these pictures, and they would give each family one free 8x10 for coming out.
I remember that.
And everybody want that free 8x10, and then it's my job to kind of sell you beyond that free picture. So, and the business scheme worked because you're giving away a free portrait. Most people don't have a family portrait, and an 8x10 is a nice size, put up in the house. So you get a lot of people sign up. You get 15-minute slots with these families to take as many pictures as you can, and then try to sell them those pictures. My goal was like, I bet I'm gonna try to just hit you for the hundo. You know what I'm saying? Because they paying me 16, I got you for 15 minutes. So if I could do that and then do it to the next family, I'm making $32 an hour. I don't know too many people doing that. I thought that was a lot of money. So I was like, bet, I'm about to do this. I did that for like 5 years. And they paid stock of the company to you over the, like you get vested in the company.
Was it discounted?
The stock? I never knew what the stock price was, to be honest. All I knew is I had to be there for 5 years to be 100% vested to where I could actually touch and utilize the funds that what the stock was worth. So, and when you go to these company meetings, of course, they telling you about Bob and Dick and Jerry, who's been here for 30 years and they stock worth like 600,000. So you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna hang. I'm gonna be a slave for 30 years. And I'm gonna get this 600,000.
I'm gonna hang in there and just take pictures every for 30 years.
I'm gonna take pictures for 30 years and I'm gonna get this money just like all these other dudes has been for 30 years. So I only made it about 5 years. And what happened was the cameras, like this camera you got, that's what we was using, but the phones was doing just as good. So people was walking in, and I'm trying to hit them for the hundo package, and they like, nah, my phone, you know. They got a cousin in the corner. And you by the rules is you can't take these pictures. This our background. We got to copyright it. So anything on this, you owe us money. You ain't about to get physical.
You're not about to do that lawsuit about that, though.
Well, not even that. You're not about to get physical with auntie and you ain't even made it to the sales room yet to know if they gonna buy or not. So you really try and play the game. Like, all right, go ahead and take your couple jumps, and hopefully, if it's puffed up, then you gonna see mine, and you be like, But the sales declined, so that $32 an hour was starting to get more like 16 an hour. So I left, and I got into computer business. So I worked at an e-waste company. And doing the e-waste thing, I learned that these people was making money hand over fist. I walked into the e-waste warehouse the very first day, and the first thing I noticed is I see $100,000 car parked in the first parking spot.
What car was it?
I think it was like a BMW, one of them coupe Jones with the door. I think it's an i8. I think those are the only ones who got the like the little. He had one of them Jones, right? So I see that Jones, and I'm like, dang, that Jones nice. I'm like, who driving? Well, I already kind of knew who was driving. But in my head, I'm like, I don't work that Ford, Life Touch. I ain't seen nothing like this. Even at Ford. You know, the dude that owned it, he was a millionaire. But he's driving a Ford.
I mean, it was company paid, you know. So.
He had money, but he wasn't showing it, right? So he wasn't motivating us. Right. When I get to this job, I see this dude pull up in these jumps. I'm like, all right, I need to learn what they doing up in here. They hired me for one job, but I'm about to figure out everything because I'm trying to stick around. I'm trying to learn this. So I'm in there, and my first day was like a tour of the warehouse. Now, I got hired to run a store that's not in the warehouse at all. It's in Baltimore. The warehouse was in Atlanta, Maryland, but the warehouse was like their home location. I go through the warehouse. First stop is the tech room. So I meet 2 or 3 guys in there. Their job is to fix up the tech. So they got shelves and stuff. They got all these equipment, and they working on stuff. And they got computers all over their benches, and the room is just computered out, right? So I'm like, all right, I see what they do. They the ones putting the stuff together. So I need to get in good with them.
Right.
Because I'm going to need them for my inventory at the store.
Right.
So I'm just kind of figuring it out because I'm like, I'm trying to be the best. I'm trying to show my ass in this jump.
Right.
So I meet them. I figure out what they do. Get to this next room. And this room really blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I get into the room. And the first thing I notice is I see this dude I went to college with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo, you work here? He like, yeah. So I'm like, what you do? Cut cords. I was like, what? Cut cords? I'm like, so you mean to tell me these people's paying you to sit in here and just cut cords?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, how do you know what cords to cut and what cords not to cut?
Mm-hmm.
So he's breaking it down to me, and he like, anything that make it to my department, it's been tested already, and it don't work or it ain't worth nothing, and they just want to chop the cord right here for the copper. And then we gonna fill up this box. It was way bigger than that box. They got Gaylords. We gonna fill this up, and we gonna ship it to China.
Right.
We gonna ship it to China or ship it to some other country.
Right.
So I'm like, that's it? He like, yeah. I'm like, they paying you to do that? They could do that just themselves.
Right.
He's like, yeah, but they pay us to do it. I'm like, how much these boxes? What they selling these boxes of copper for? It's like probably like 10,000 a box. I'm like, for real? They like, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is crazy.
Wow.
Because in my head, I'm thinking about what's in my house right now.
Right. Listen, I'm sitting here like, that light can go, that cord can go.
In my head.
And everything else, all these other fixtures can go because I don't need them.
In my head, I'm thinking about my garage and all these drawers I got. Shit, I'm like, so if I collect all this, I could just turn this into 10,000. Of course not, but you know what I'm saying?
It's the mindset.
It's the concept. Right?
Yep.
So I was like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't even thought of it like that. And then I already know this is e-waste. It means it's an electronics recycling place.
Right.
They not paying for this stuff.
Right.
People are throwing it in the trash.
Right.
They getting it for free and turning $10,000.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I've been in the wrong business.
I've been doing something wrong. This ain't it.
I was like, yo, where the fuck have I been at? That like, why are people working when you can do this?
Right.
This ain't no work.
Right.
I was like, young, this is crazy. So then I get back out to my store and I'm selling all the good stuff. So I'm just thinking about the whole business model. And I'm like, yo, they getting all this free. People are junking this stuff or throwing it away. Some people are actually paying them to come get it. They moving out of a building. They leases up. Companies leaving the building and they got all this equipment, all these racks, all this stuff. These racks right here, that's steel or aluminum.
Right.
That's money.
Yeah.
Then people throw this stuff away when anytime Best Buy or a store closed.
Right.
They leave all this stuff and they tell people they can come and get it.
Yo, it's so crazy you say that because my girlfriend she's doing backgrounds, right? And so she needed a background holder or whatever. And there's a store that closed right up in Wheaton, up in the mall. And it's literally what you just said. All of these metal
and
stands,
it look like it ain't worth nothing.
They like, come get it today. Like, just come pick it up.
Yeah, just come get it. We got to get it
because we got to be out of here by this day.
And if you have no use for it, take it to the metal yard.
Yeah.
They're going to pay you by the weight. And this shit ain't light.
Right. No, it's not. No, it's not. Neither one of those 40, are light.
50, 60, 70 pounds.
At all.
So you talking, they ain't paying dollars per pound, but they paying cents per pound.
Right.
It's free money.
Right.
It's free money. And if you don't get it, somebody gonna go get it.
Right.
So I was like, dog, this is crazy. So I'm out there selling this stuff, and I do this for like a couple years. And then I decided I wanted to do this for myself. First year, I'm bringing in $200,000-$300,000 for a company that ain't giving me that.
That ain't giving you that.
Yeah. And I know I ain't supposed to get that because I ain't do the work to get it going, to set it up. But it put that fire in me because I was like, well, if I could bring in this type of money for them, then I can drive that car he driving.
Right.
Because that's on $100K.
Right.
I'm bringing in $200-$300K for them a year.
Right.
I'm paying for the car.
And there's more of you that are doing the same thing within the same company. So you just multiply that, what I'm doing, times 3 or 4. Now we like, whoa.
Do this. Even if I ain't bringing $100K. I mean, even if I ain't bringing $300K my first year doing it on my own, right? If I did 80,000,
right,
I was happy.
right,
I was happy.
right.
I was like, I ain't bet 80,000. Cause I did the fact that I did it and I ain't need nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing it on my own. If I could do that, I was gonna be good for the rest of my life. That's how I felt.
Right.
I was like, man, if I could do 80, 60, 70,
Right.
80,000 a year
Right.
and don't have a telling me what to do.
Right. Right.
And I could do it at whenever I want. If I want to wake up, whenever.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't checking my piss. Ain't
Right.
gotta do all this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stipulations to go to work for somebody for a piss.
It's kind of like what we're going through right now with some folks who are working with the vaccine stuff. You know what I mean? And it's a very, if you ask me, it's a very unfair thing because you're asking someone to. So I understand that these people, they're scientists, work on things all the time, right? But to have something introduced to you and then say in the next 6 months, if you don't take this, your livelihood is at risk.
That's why you gotta get out here and learn the business that you're in. Mm-hmm. You got to because I got tired of that. I got tired of going places and people telling me this what you getting this time.
Right.
And it ain't this
and here's the stipulations.
Yeah. We need you to go and do this, or this ain't even what we paying you to do. Mm-hmm. We already told you what your job description is.
However,
but this person ain't doing it, so we need you to do it.
Right.
And it's like, all right,
I'm not paying you any extra money for
and
that
then
either.
In the back of your mind is always, well, if I say no, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love to be able to say yes or no to motherfuckers.
Right.
It was always yes.
Right.
Because I don't know what you're going to say after I say no.
Right.
And
that's my stuff. Y'all gonna have to hold on. Hold on.
You be doing live or you be editing?
No, we edit. We gonna edit.
You edit it anyway. How about I say? This. Yeah, you got to sign out of your computer.
Hello. Good. How are you? Yes. What time do you guys close? 6. Yep. Okay. I'm thinking around 5:30. Okay. My little dogs had to get shots and stuff today.
Oh, that's the vet.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I can't
Matt.
be.
You have to edit this, Matt.
I can't be on the you telling me what to do and then me having fear. Oh, we need you to stay an extra 30 minutes.
Right.
Oh, if I say no, what's going to happen? I used to hate that shit. Yo.
Right.
Like, yo, yeah, we need you to stay another hour. It's like, I told my girlfriend this.
Right.
Like, yeah. Now you got me going home getting cussed out because she expecting me to be man enough to be like, no.
Right.
But like, how? I'm not the one cutting the checks.
Right. Right.
I ain't the one cutting the checks.
And then if you do it that way, then it's kind of like, well.
Yeah. It's like,
I can come home, but it's going to be a cost with that. You know what I'm saying?
You the one chose that job, not me.
Right.
I used to get that.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I had a job that let me out at 7, but I couldn't leave until the last person.
Security. It sounds like some security type stuff.
Security.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, I ain't going to get home until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Damn, you get off at 7. Why are you taking 2 hours? Because, we got.
I didn't get my relief and this, that, and the other. Right.
It's the rules.
Right.
It's like, for what?
Right.
For what?
Right.
I ain't about to be the owner next week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's that mindset. So you worked your time and then you had a mindset shift. And you're like, nah, I can do this for myself.
The shift was already there because
okay.
Everything I did, I was doing it on the side all the time.
Okay.
So when I was working at Life Touch, I was making
somewhere else.
I was making $1,000 a night at the club.
Right.
I told you gotta sign out.
Bruh.
Off your laptop.
Hello? I'm recording. Yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna make sure I leave this in too. I'm not gonna edit it. Okay, bye.
That's your boo.
Yeah, man.
She knew too, didn't she?
Man, she said, "Oh, you recording?" Yes, I told you this 2 seconds ago.
My wife would do that too.
Man, listen.
Yeah, you record, huh?
It's all good though, man. I'm always gonna answer the phone.
But yeah, I was when I was doing the pitches, I was doing $1,000 a night.
Right.
taking pictures at the club.
Right.
I took this, and guess what? So Life Touch, it was a traveling gig, right? So you take the equipment home with you because you might be at another church tomorrow. So it's no going to some central location and picking up anything. Once you get the job, they write you.
They give you.
Yeah, that's your, it ain't yours.
Yeah, but
you gotta give it back.
It's in your possession.
Yeah, but it's in your possession. So I was like, well, okay, I'm on a freelance.
Right. We about to use this.
Because guess what? I ain't had no camera.
Right. And I couldn't afford that.
Well, my mother bought me one like after my first year. She was like, I'm gonna get you one for Christmas. But I was trying, and I think she did that just because she knew I was taking it.
Right.
Using it. So I'm going to the club. And funny thing was my first gig. I went to the club with that big ass blue and white school background. I was in the club taking pictures on that. She was paying me. That's just so bulky though. So I was like, I gotta get my own.
Right.
So I played in a go-go band.
Right.
And the dude that managed the go-go band, he was like, he had that entrepreneurial spirit.
Right.
So he invested in so many different things, and a lot of it he didn't really complete.
Right.
So he was like, Cardo, I know you be taking the pictures and shit. You know, he had all of this shit, lights. I'm talking about the backdrops with the bottles on it. He had all that shit already. So he was like, you want to use it? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is sitting
in
my storage jump. I'm like, all right, bet. Let me get that. So he gave it to me, and I went hard with it. Because I felt obligated to, because I'm like, all right, he gave it to me. I ain't going to just have it and just not use it. Just sitting on it.
Right.
Until he asked for it back. So I was like, I'm about to go eat off this. So I'm taking jump to the club. And it was sweet because he was like a neighborhood. I'm going to put it out there because he retired now. He's a cop. He was a cop. But he lived in the most hoodest neighborhood. Right. Off 4th Street Southeast. Right. Over there by Connoisseurs. All that 6th Street. So he lived in that area, and he took a bunch of guys from that area who was musicians and managed them as a band. Right. But on top of that, if he had any other opportunities, he would get it. So some of the guys from the neighborhood, I was taking them with me to the photo jumps. Yo, you come with me, print the pictures, I cover your drinks. $40. Right. Meanwhile, I'm walking out with like a band. Yeah. But I had to go out and buy a printer, ink, photo paper, the whole nine. But we in that joint jamming. Right. So I always had the entrepreneurial mindset, but I needed something that was more controllable. Sure. Because it was nights where the promoters would get shiesty. I show up. It's another nigga in the corner taking pictures. I'm like, bro, who this again? You just go over here. I'm like, bro, we've been doing
That's not what we talked about.
Well, we've been doing it for like 6 months now.
Right,
like this. Now all of a sudden, who's this?
Yeah, he done bought his cousin in this joint.
Yeah. Like, bro, what is this? So I used to hate the surprises. Right. Come on, when we locked in, like, I'm giving you a cut. Right. Woo. Who this dude? Right. So I was like, all right, this pictures joint ain't really. And then keep in mind, I'm in a relationship. Right. I'm at the club every night taking pictures.
That's problematic, dog.
It was very problematic,
dog.
It was very problematic.
That's problematic, sir.
I was like, I need something else. Yeah. No, this can't be the only.
It's not the only way.
Yeah, this can't be the only way. So I got the computers, and I saw the need.
Yes.
Especially at certain price points. Yes. I'm like, yo, people throwing this shit away. This shit is working stuff. They just don't know what they're doing. And it's people who need this stuff. Right. And don't got the money to go
fix it.
And don't got the money to go in the store and buy brand new. Right. Man, I don't know if you remember back in the day, but like my mother and my aunt, they used to go on QVC to buy our computers because you could pay. You could pay $30 a month. Yeah. But guess how much they paying for this computer? Yeah. $1,000. Yeah. $1,000. Don't nobody got that type of money. Yeah.
Man, I remember we had a computer, man. We had to get one at home, and my parents and my mom had a guy who worked with her who built them. Who built them?
No, it's like payments.
I mean, dog, it was so challenging for them for them to have had it like made, and back then it was cheaper for them to do it that way than to have gone to the store and bought a computer.
I only had 2 computers in my whole childhood life.
I had one.
We had one in 95.
Right. Yep.
And that joint was on his last leg by 2003. Yeah. When I graduated. Yeah. So you talking 95 to 2003, what's that, 8 years? Yeah. We had that joint. Yeah. Then I go to college. Of course, they had to give me a new joint.
Right, I had one when I got a new one when I went to college
joint,
too. Yeah,
I burnt that joint up because I was in there. Thought I was Timberland.
Yeah.
I'm in there
making beats,
recording.
Man, I used to stay on LimeWire, all that stuff, man.
Yeah, so I had all of that in me already. Like I always wanted to have my own thing.
Right.
So I honestly didn't think the computer thing was gonna be it, to be honest. But once I got into it and I saw how many people didn't have a guy or the knowledge or any of that, and I was like, yo, I'm in a perfect spot right now.
So you said something when you went to college. Did you finish college?
Yeah, I finished.
Okay. What did you graduate in? What's your degree in?
TV and radio.
Okay.
So I was.
Also, I should have been
worked at the radio station at the school. We had TV classes, marketing classes, and that's what really paid off for me was that side of the business.
The marketing
side. Yeah, because when you take that telecom, you got to take a speech class.
Right.
You got to take like a production class.
Right.
And you have to take a marketing class because everybody want to be in front of the camera.
Sure.
But how does TV make their money?
Right. It's behind
the camera. They sell ads,
advertising. Okay.
That's what they sell. They sell advertising space on, that's like the radio, commercial radio stations. They have to sell ads. So you had to learn marketing because you might not make it in front or behind the camera. You might make it in an office in that building selling ads to people.
That's a good point because we don't think about that.
That's entry level. And I interviewed for Radio 1, entry level, and couldn't even get that.
Right.
Couldn't even get that. Selling ads.
Right.
You got, and I ain't gonna lie, that shit's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
It is. I'm learning that now in business.
That's how you gonna be making money with your podcast.
Yeah, I got to
right
figure
now
out a way.
Sponsored by Do It Ugly.
Right.
It might be sponsored by Drink Spizzy, DMV Computer Man.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Come on, DMV Computer Man.
You gotta run up the numbers.
Right.
Two, like it's a whole format.
That makes sense.
So
the whole formula.
You had to learn it.
The whole song.
Then you can come in front of people and be like, "Yo, we got 600,000 people.
Right.
Or we got 20,000 people, and we don't got no sponsors. You be the only one we talking about.
Right.
You ain't gonna have to share the spotlight. With them 20,000 people with no other company.
Right.
Right. Sell them. And then a lot of these companies, it's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Advertising's always tax write-off.
Yeah.
So you had to just spill them.
Right.
Spill them like, is your accountant telling you need to blow 10 grand a year this year?
Yeah.
So that you can get more write-off?
Right.
How about you spend that with us and we can put your company in front of more people?
Right. Well, I got some work to do.
There we go. I give out the game, y'all.
He gives out the game, y'all. Listen. So boom. So now we have now established the DMV Computer Man because
we established 99 and up computers.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, I remember that.
So all right. So what happened was me and another guy that was working with this company. And I can't speak of the company's name.
You good?
Because we were sued, and the lawsuit states that we can't talk about them. So we can talk about them, but we can't use their names.
Cool.
So as long as you don't know who they is, it doesn't matter.
I sure don't.
But it's public record, so if you want to Google, that's on you. But so 99 and up computers got formed with me and another former employee from this company. We formed the company, and I'll say the first month we got sued. They said we stole some money from them, which was like stupid because we got sued selling, like where we were at, we was at the flea market selling computers, and
I remember.
We got served.
I remember.
And
you got served at the flea market?
Man, lady served me I thought she was trying to buy something. She smacked me with a packet. Bow.
I wonder if people get paid.
Where you going? We got laptops. I probably had 6 laptops on the table that I was trying to sell. They told us we stole $75,000 from them while we was there.
Wow. And
started our business. And I was like, well, where's the 75?
Yeah, because we missing that part.
Where's the
we missing that part.
75? It's only 5 laptops.
We missing that part.
We selling them for $100 a piece.
Yeah.
Where's the money at that y'all talking about? Like right now, we should be sitting on a whole warehouse.
We wouldn't be here.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. So
yeah,
I had to fight that for like 8 to 10 months. Cost a lot of money. During that time, me and my partner, we rocked it out for like 4 years. And then after the 4 years, we split ways.
Sure.
He decided to get a 9 to 5, and I decided I wanted to just rough it out. Yeah, because it was, you got months where it's doing good.
Right.
And then you got months where it ain't doing.
Right.
And it's
Right.
like, all right, well, you know, we still got these bills to pay.
Right. Right.
I don't know what I could do more. And I was like, well, I know what I could do.
Right.
And I'm gonna try everything
out before.
Yeah. Ain't no before. It wasn't
that
going
was it.
back. Yeah.
It was one of those.
Like I told you, I was good with making $60,000 to $80,000 a year. Long as nobody was telling me what to do.
Right. Right.
Like I was like, bet that is like that. Like I'm like I'm getting up every day happy.
Right.
I ain't stressed.
And that's priceless.
If I'm late, I'm late.
Right.
Now the goal ain't to be late.
Right.
But it's like, all right, I don't have to, cause like you don't know what you do to your heart, your like the stress you put on your body when the alarm clock don't go off. Right. Or you went out party last night, right? And now you struggling the next morning and you need an extra 10, 15.
Right.
I could do that.
Right.
I could take that.
Yeah.
I could take that all day now.
Yeah.
I need that extra 10. I'm just gonna sleep.
Right.
Or I wake up, call. If I had an appointment, like somebody was, I'm coming in. Yeah, I'm not gonna be in right away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can communicate. And guess what? Nobody's gonna make me feel like I'm about to lose the only way I've been paying my bills.
Right.
On a drop of a dime and have nothing to fall on.
Right. Right.
That's like cool. All right, you fell through. I got 5 other people lined up for the day. Okay,
right.
We straight.
Right.
It's just like you do Toro. If somebody booked the car and then 2 days later they cancel, are you tripping?
No.
Not at all.
No. I'm like, okay, that drink gonna be here this weekend for me to drive.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Like you're not tripping. It's like, all right.
Right. Right.
And a lot of people be thinking they hurt entrepreneurs when they decide to withdraw their business.
Yeah.
You do in a sense because we want your money.
Right.
But keep in mind, the whole reason we left was because we don't want nobody to ever make us feel like we needed them.
Right, we needed them.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, you would never make me feel like I need you that bad.
Right.
Like, I never feel that way again.
Right.
Now I give that empathy to people because, of course, as a business owner, if I've done something wrong or if I'm going to be empathetic and show, we gotta make this right.
Right.
But don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. Like my whole freedom was built off the fact that I don't want nobody to ever make me feel like I owe them something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially when it comes to your time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the more and the older I get, the more important I realize that money is cool and it's great, but what's more important for me is family and freedom. But money creates that. Money doesn't create family, but money does create freedom.
It does.
And it's like, it's kind of like where you were saying where the money can be what you can be okay making a certain amount of money as long as I have this work-life balance, this freedom of being able to do and wake up in the morning, like you said, this alarm clock went off at 5 and I need 10 more. Cool, I'm good. You know what I mean? And even working from home, I still have my 9 to 5, but just working from home, some days I get up at between 5:30 and 6 o'clock every morning. And I've heard people ask, Kelly, why do you do that? You don't have to be work till 8 o'clock. Well, because I still own a company and there's those 2 hours where I'd have to worry about absolutely nothing. I'm sitting here with 3 phones around me right now because I know stuff is happening. But that's when I know my phone not gonna ring. So I got stuff, I can handle my stuff.
My phone ringing.
But man, listen, your phone done rang like 7 times while you've been here.
It's probably rang more than that, but
but just having that freedom and being able to be home and I'm like, I still can get my job done, but I'm here because I have other things that can be happening. So
and then me, I'm steadily trying to build on what I already have. So I don't open my store to 12. I'm up at 5.
Man, listen. I'm trying to tell you. I remember one time I went to your store. I'm like, all right, I know this joint got to be open 10 o'clock.
Nah.
I looked online. I think I hit you up. And he was like, Kel, the store not open until 12. And I was like,
check this out, right? So we used to be, when I first started the business, the design was 11 to 7. Those was the hours. That's 8 hours a day, right? That's normal people hours, right? Then I noticed that 11 was hard for some folks, to get up, not for me, but it was hard for people I was depending on because I had a kid, so sometimes I need somebody to come watch the baby before I could go, so to have them there at 10:30, so I could go be here at 11. Was a little difficult.
Right.
Then I had a partner who it was a little difficult for him to get up
Right.
because he might have gamed. He played video games
Right.
all night long.
Right.
So him getting up at 10, 8, 9, 10 o'clock was a little stressful
Right.
for him.
Right.
So I was like, all right, well, we're going to move the 11 to 12. So we going 12 to 7. Move to this shop. We was going to do 12 to 7.
Right.
COVID hit. They was doing this curfew thing.
Yep.
Where,
Yep.
like,
I remember.
You had to be in the house by 7.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to close at 5:30. That way everybody got time.
To do whatever they need.
If they got to run an errand or something like that, I ain't trying to like let them out and they got to go straight home.
Right. Right.
Pick their kids up.
Right.
So like, all right, we're going to do 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
Got a taste of 5:30.
And ain't left.
And now we will never, we ain't going back to no 11 to 7.
We not going back.
The door still say 11 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean 12 to 7. But now we working 5 hours a day.
Right.
5.5 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
The money didn't change.
That was about to be my question.
The money didn't change. So why would I give up those hours?
Right.
Now I could get home, cook dinner, do stuff that I really couldn't do at first. Like I used to get home, if we was closing at 7, I get home at 8.
Right.
My kids was young. They gotta be in the bed
by 8. Yeah, 8:30.
Like, so it was like no interaction.
Right.
Now I get home at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I get to eat dinner with them.
Right.
I get to watch a couple TV shows with them.
Right.
Then put them to bed. So it's
yeah.
And I was like, I ain't going back.
Yeah.
And my staff, I asked them, I was like, y'all want to go back to that? Because y'all can make more money off the hourly rate.
Sure.
And they was like, nah, we like that time too.
Yeah.
We like the freedom too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's that's crazy. I know we've been trying to record this podcast for almost like a month now, maybe. Yeah. And it's maybe you like, can't look anything before 5. And I'm like, all right, cool.
I'm telling you, I be trying to get home. Like, but I got used to going home so early now that anything after that time, I just feel like ain't nothing out here in the streets for me.
Absolutely.
Time, you know
Absolutely. And so, and I want to chime in on that real quick because I love to hear that from a black man, because we have this stipulation. I mean, that's not a stipulation. We have a stigma around black men, and especially black fathers, being absent from the home. And so to hear a black man who's a father is like, nah, I'm trying to get home to my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Once you got used to it, like, I ain't gonna lie, beforehand, I was used to not being around it.
Sure.
So it's like, right, cool. Once I got a taste
of what it was like,
again, I was like, man, I'm not going back to staying out here till 7, two extra hours just to make another what?
Right.
$200.
Yeah, not worth it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not worth it.
I was like, man, let's get my ass in this house.
Right. You know what I'm saying? that's where you know, that's where the relaxation and the that's where the real happy place is.
I used to hate leaving a job, any job, whether it was me working for myself or and it was dark outside.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I used to hate that.
Oh gosh.
I like being able to come out. It was like, yo, it's still daytime.
Right.
I can do
something. I can go get a Slurpee.
I can go play
I still got time. Right. I still got to get an hour.
But when it's dark, you feel like everything
just shut down.
Yeah. So I hate it. I was like 5:30. And it still be dark at 5:30 in the winter, but it like just got there.
Right.
So it's like, all right, cool. But when the summertime hit,
you know, out in these streets. Right. We in these streets.
So I got 5:30 to 8 that I could actually be out here doing something in the sun.
Right.
Versus running around in the dark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So one thing too that I want to make note of is that the what you do for the community. I love what you do for the community. I know that every year during school you give out or put laptops. I think like $100 laptops for children and for homes, especially during COVID, where we're doing virtual learning. I know that you had a pop up and I missed it. I think I was out of town. I missed it, but where you were doing like a sale to give out laptops for families who didn't have.
So we do a little bit of everything.
Right.
Nothing's has really been that consistent as far as the timing of it.
Right.
So I know back to school, we may do a giveaway.
Right.
A few laptops for some kids. I know Christmas time we'll do a giveaway. Recently, I just sent some laptops to the jail.
Yep.
So it was 2 guys in the jail got their laptops. Which was, I felt like that's something I want to do a little bit more of.
I know you worked with Jeremy on that one.
Yeah. So if I could do more of that, that would be great.
Right.
Honestly, I felt like that was like God.
Right. So I'm gonna, and when we get offline, I'm gonna put you in contact. I interviewed a guy. He was locked up, and he's doing. It's called goodness gracious. I'll send you the DM. I can't remember his name.
But yeah, if any guys can get some laptops in jail, I don't know if I can give you all. But if you got something going for yourself, if you got a plan as to what you're gonna be using this laptop for, so that you don't end up back in the system.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to make it happen.
Yeah.
For you.
It's actually called incarcerated. I can't remember the name. Anyway, I got you. A lot
of dudes like I be on TikTok,
right?
Look at Instagram,
right?
And I see these dudes in jail. They playing video. They're not doing nothing. Playing Madden,
right?
These jokers in that joint dancing,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
You might be like, "What the heck on?"
But I'm like, bro, you got all this time.
You get right.
You gonna spend it dancing on TikTok, Instagram,
right?
You gonna spend it playing Madden in the cell, for some oodles and noodles,
right?
Y'all gambling,
right?
Or are you gonna spend it trying to get your credit up?
Reading,
trying to open up an LLC,
right,
trying to do something else,
right. Yeah, he the gentleman I'm referring to has he owns. He doesn't call it a halfway house, a whole house in DC, and so when guys come out, he has people much like yourself who will come in and just educate them about certain things. So I definitely want to put you guys in contact because I'm not a fan of the system, and especially what it I don't want to say represents, but the cloud they put over the men that are in there, especially the black men that are in there. And I think that it's set up for when they come out, they don't stand a chance but to go back in because it makes them money. And I don't like that. I think that, you know what I mean, if we just do what you said, if we could just, like, I'm happy if we just grab a few. You know what I mean?
Man, that's how I feel. It's like them two made me feel so special because I grew up with a lot of cousins that I looked up to, and I still look up to them even though they made mistakes.
Right.
But they ended up in the system.
Right.
And a lot of times, a lot of them ended up back and back. Like they get out, and I'd be like, yeah, my favorite cousin home.
Right.
Then about 2 years later, they back. And where they grew up at, the Virginia is a lot worse than Maryland.
Right.
So, like, I just had a cousin just came home, I would say last year, and he was doing like a 4 or 5 year bid for weed. They let him out because Virginia just passed. This did 4 out of the 5 years already.
Right.
And now y'all talking about, yeah, you can go home now because we just made it legal.
Right.
What you here for? Oh, yeah, it's legal now. Go home.
Right. So, that's but you don't get that. Yeah, you don't get that back. You don't get those 4 years back. Bullshit.
You took them from his kids.
Right.
For some weed. And, of course, yeah, it was against the law. But I'm like, dog, 4 years though?
Yeah. Not when we, if
and now y'all gonna just say it's legal and just be like, yeah, that last year you owe us? Yeah, go ahead. We don't need that.
Yeah. But if we catch you again, we probably gonna try to find a way to put you back in the same space.
I don't know if you can now, but it's just it's on his record, and then that's 4 years you ain't worked. So if you wasn't in there putting your grind together, you gotta explain them 4 years to a job.
Yeah.
When you come to interview with me, you gonna be like, so what you was doing the last 4 years? Yeah, I was locked up. And it don't sound good.
Right. What did you do with that time though? Like, what did you do when you was locked up?
But it's like, yeah, he was locked up, but guess what? He was locked up for some weed.
Right.
It's legal now.
Right.
You gotta hire people that's smoking all through your job right now.
Right. That's the thing.
They smoking it, and they working here all right.
Yeah.
And y'all they just didn't get caught. Gonna frown at and look at him like, yeah, you know, he just came home, so you better watch him.
Yeah.
Just because he was
was
institutionalized, and sometimes it do mess with their
mental
psyche. Yeah, so sometimes they get treated different when they come back into society. People like kind of hold it against them longer than the court system did. Right, it's like all right, they did for they time.
Right.
Why are we still
talking about it?
They it's like a title almost.
Right.
You know, because it just came home from the jail.
It's kind of like when people be like, "Oh, he had COVID."
Yeah,
like,
he had it. He's got
it's gone now. So y'all try not to.
Yeah, but it's like so that system, and that's what made me feel so good was the fact that I was able to actually, because I didn't even know you could do all that.
Right.
I didn't know you could get computers to jail.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't either until I saw it on your page.
I felt like I made a call to Obama.
Listen,
Obama, yeah, man, get my man these computers.
I'm going to get my man these
Dells
right here real quick.
Real mob type.
Yeah,
it felt real mob. Like you know, we just sent some computers to these dudes in jail. They like, how you do that? I don't know.
Yeah,
to be honest, I do not know.
The part.
They gave me an address. I sent it. They said they can have it. That's how it works.
Right.
So,
so I love that too. And then I also know that you have a class, right? A course or a class, a course that you're teaching. And then I also know you have coding for kids, right? Coding. Is that yours?
So it's not
What
coding.
Is it for kids?
So we slowed down on that program.
Okay.
But we will pick it back up. This is, COVID goes up and down. So
right.
We gotta go with what COVID does.
Right.
But, so we was doing a free geek program. 6 weeks. I'm gonna revamp the program because what I was noticing is a lot of kids trying to get in the program, and at the rate that I can teach, I really don't need 6 weeks.
Right.
I just wanted to do 6 weeks when I first started the program because I felt like everybody can't catch everything
at one time.
But I think I'm that good of a teacher,
right? That
everybody we've had, they get in like two to 3 weeks,
right?
So I'm gonna cut the time down when we open it back up so we can get more kids.
Okay.
Because I only do one kid per jump.
Right.
So every 6 weeks we turn over a new kid. So at the end of the year, we only took 10 kids.
Right.
I could double that up now if I cut it down.
And right.
So we're gonna do that, and I'm even thinking about just doing 1 week just to get everybody foot in the door.
Right.
Just to see if it's for your kid.
Right.
Because some people
some kids, that's I used to referee soccer, and some people's kids be out this joint playing with the butterflies while the game is going on.
Yeah, they not really
and they don't recognize that they're not into this. They're not really into what's happening.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, and then to have somebody have to do this for 6 weeks and they not into it, it's like it's like they in the way of me and I'm in the way of them.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm going between the 1 and the 3 week class for the kids.
Right.
But that's free.
Right.
They end up coming and learning how to build and take apart a computer.
Right.
How to diagnose computers.
Right.
Then they end up leaving with a free computer.
Right.
Then the adult classes, we teach them the whole business side of the e-waste, because a lot of people think I just teach you how to fix computers.
Right.
And that's not what I want you to believe. We teach you how to get funding. We teach you how to actually run a business, like structure it, how to just the whole structure of the business.
Right.
You know, like I learned from the e-waste. Because it's one thing to just fix computers, but it's another thing to scrap them.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different lanes in it. We teach the whole thing. So people are like, what's your curriculum? I'm like, it ain't really a curriculum. I mean, it is a curriculum.
Right.
But it wouldn't make sense to you because you don't even know what the e-waste business is.
Right. Right.
So if I told you what the curriculum was, it would
still be foreign.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I get a lot of people emailing me or DMing me like, yo, I'm interested in the class, but what's the curriculum? And I'm like, just go on the page and like go through the content because it's going to tell you. But there's no set curriculum because even if I say Monday we doing this, Tuesday we doing this, if the spirit tell me I should talk about something,
we're
gonna talk about that day.
Right. It's kind of one of those situations where you just gotta invest in yourself and trust that the person you're investing in is gonna put you in that place. And I think a lot of times we're in an age now where everything is so digital and like everybody has a course. But if people would do their little bit of research, because the way I look at it is this, and this isn't for everybody, because I know there are a lot of people have a course. That don't mean I'm going to pay for everybody's course.
No.
But once I do my little bit of research, I'm like, okay, this is the thing that I need from them. I might not need everything that they have, but there's a piece that from them, I need that. So let me pay this $500 and get in this course.
That's why, oh my God.
Yeah.
Got me on that one.
Like,
bar drop.
Listen.
Because I have this conversation with a lot of people. And I'm like, they like, yo, but I know all that. I'm like, yeah, but you only here for what you don't know.
Right.
Stop focusing on what you know.
Right.
And focus on what you don't know.
Yeah. Like if you start talking about something I feel like I already know, my mind will go 1,000 other places.
Yeah, but
I'm still present enough to know that, okay, wait a minute. That's it. I'll be like, oh, that's it right there.
Be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because this is the information that's separating you from them.
Absolutely.
That one little piece.
Absolutely.
You might know all 90% of the game. But if you don't know that 10%, it's a reason why they're here and you're there.
Right. Right.
And that's what you're here for.
Right. That's what
Yeah,
you
it
have to pay
sucks that
attention
you
to.
gotta pay the full price to get to that.
But does it though?
It don't, because
But does it
it's gonna
though?
pay you 100
That's
times.
what I'm saying.
It's gonna,
does it?
But people be like, "Can I just pay you for what I don't know?" Well, I don't know the stuff you don't know.
Right. It can't be. Your mindset has to sit different. You know what I'm saying? Your mindset has to be like, I think to excel, your mindset has to be in a place where you're like, okay, I have to invest in myself. But even investing in myself is going to require me to invest in someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I buy a book that's $15, I still have to pay the $15 to get what was written in the book.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think that sometimes people are like,
they so caught up on
people
what they
caught up on the
already
wrong
know.
things. Yeah.
But it's so many people been burnt.
Right.
Like I was
Fair
on
enough.
Facebook this morning. A friend of mine, I'm not even gonna say her name. She does real estate, and she's good at it. Like, from what I see, I haven't bought a house from her or nothing like that. But from what I see online, what she's doing, I feel like she should be making good money, and she does.
Right.
So she said the impression I got from the post was she said she's not investing in another course until the person can show some receipts or something, right?
Right.
So, and I feel her, because it is a lot of people that are taking courses but not doing the work in the course.
See, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Trying to sell the information.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I'll pay you for the info just so I can sell it.
So I can flip it.
Else. But they're not acting out on the info themselves. And it does play but
sometimes people have to realize too, don't get upset because the information might be great. My question is your applicability great? So you can get the information. Don't get mad though. I can't get mad at Cardo because you gave me the information and I didn't go out here and twist the screwdriver and fix the computer.
But see, this is how I look at it, right? If you're not actually practicing this information every day,
right,
then you're not going to be.
You might not get the results.
You're not going to be as what's the word I want to use? Effective, right? Because so prime example, right? I took an Airbnb course. I don't got an Airbnb.
Right.
When I took the course, certain states you didn't need a license.
Right.
Now those states need a license.
Yeah.
But if this person that took the same course I took but didn't act out on it, didn't know that now you need a license, and he's just teaching the information that he learned 6 months ago.
Right.
Because he don't have an Airbnb in Jersey or in Florida.
Right.
He don't know.
Right.
He ain't running the play. So when the play, and that's why, like, when people be like, yo, what's the curriculum? Yo, the game changed every day.
Especially technology.
And when you stuck with a curriculum, you're not learning present day information.
Right.
You're learning yesterday's information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You learning, the metaverse just dropped.
Right.
So if I had made this curriculum last year,
it would be null and void.
It would be no metaverse information in there.
Right.
Or how to play that game or whatever. So curriculum is good to a certain extent, but stop being so caught up on what's the curriculum or what you going to, because basically the reason they asking that is, let me look at the outline of what you're going to talk about so I can see if it's something in here that I don't know already.
Yeah.
Because that's what they want to know.
Right.
But guess what? I make more money than you.
Right. I make more money than you. Okay? I make more money than you.
I make more money than you. So, you work in the government and you do IT. But guess what? I could contract for 5 different government agencies.
Absolutely.
And make 20 times what you make.
That's funny you say that. I used to be a contracting officer.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you...
It'd be crazy because they'd be like, yo, what's the curriculum? Why? So you could just pick over and be like, yeah, I know all that. I pay for that.
Right.
And you feel good about yourself?
Right.
Nope. Because the secret is, I might not even write on the paper.
Right.
Just because I need you to get in the room.
I need you to get in the room, right.
Get in the room first so I can share this with you.
And people got to understand getting in the room is what gets you where you need to be. A lot of times. You got to get in the right room. And if you get in the right room with folks, you know what I mean? Sometimes, if you get in the right room and you have the right energy and you provide some type of value, you might not have to pay for the information.
Look, I'm going to just tell y'all like this. So my course started at $800, way underpriced, but it was my first go round, right? So I was like, yo, I'm going to give it away at $800. A lot of people thought that was high.
Right.
I'm giving you a computer. I'm giving you tools. I'm giving you the game, right? Raised the price up to $1,000.
Right.
We added some more information into the course. Like Apple repairs, Apple phones. That wasn't even about to be the course. It was just going to be straight Windows.
Right.
But I added some of that, so I raised up to $200, right? $1,000. I've had 3 sessions of classes already where people have completed my 6-week course.
Right.
They out here making money already, right?
Right.
I've offered anybody that already took the class, keep in mind, the most you've paid is either $1,000 or $800.
Right.
I'm offering anybody that already took my class, if you refer somebody, we're going to give you $200 per person. You can get your money back.
I'm about to get my money back, and I ain't even get the class yet. Because I'm about to...
So you get a promo code. Right. I use her promo code.
Y'all already know how this is about to go.
The podcast will be sponsored by DMV Computer Man.
Y'all already know how this is about to go.
So all you got to do is say, I'm signing up for the class. I saw you on the Ugly Truth podcast. She get a check. That's easy. So and we got this right here established on camera, so ain't no capping the rap.
Right. We don't have any of that anyways.
So but I want to give them their money back.
Right.
For real, my class ain't about no money to me.
Right. It's
I don't
about the
have to do the
education.
class. Keep in mind, I don't have to do the class. I can just keep opening my store.
Right.
And I'm about to open another store, so it's like we don't need people to pay us for the info.
Right. It's about
But I got people taking my class in Chicago, Texas, and this play could be ran in so many places.
It's a big deal.
And when they calling me and talking to me, they like, yo, I seen you on Instagram. Ain't nobody around where I live at doing what you do. I commend you. Like, yo, I look up to you. I'm trying to get in where you at. So I'm like, yo, let me hold your hand.
Right.
It's as easy. Like, I've been doing this for over a decade, so it's like, second nature to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy money. And like I was telling people, I don't know if you saw this post I put up the other day, but a lot of people underestimate how much money you can make in this business on your own. Understand that data is an asset.
Yes, I saw that.
Data is an asset.
Yep.
So like, you go to work and you work for the government. They need you more than you need them. Because all that information on these servers and this, man, let that bitch be gone and crash. They done. And if you that man that can save the day, that's a heavy price tag.
Yeah, that's a heavy price to pay.
Yeah, that's a heavy price.
And they gonna pay it. The government gonna pay it.
If you the only person that can go in here and get their system back up and running so the money don't stop.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all tripping. Y'all don't understand the skill set and what number you can put on what you do.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand it. So I just like, yo, don't think it's just put a hard drive in or upgrade it. Windows 10. Like, no, this is bigger than this.
Right.
When you dive in and learn the game, and I got, like I was telling my class, I got some software. You could erase your computer 17,000 times, and you be like, it's gone. Get that shit to me. I get it all back.
So we got something to talk about though, because my podcast engineer today told me that he lost everything on his phone, and try to bring it back.
Different, but
I feel like if anybody can figure it out, you can do it.
Is the phone working?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about it. I can put if it hook up to a computer and the computer can read it.
He in New York.
I got some encoding, decoding that'll put them zeros and ones back together.
It's crazy,
like a puzzle piece.
That's crazy, man. Yep. Well, man, look, I'm gonna have you back because I don't feel like we're done.
We ain't.
We're not done. So I'm gonna have you back. Cause I look at my dogs, y'all. My dogs, today's been hectic. My phones don't work. Verizon, the dog be out. This
has been a good one though.
Yeah,
I already know.
Man,
it's been a good, informative.
But the next time I record, I want to record at your store.
Let's do it.
I want you to show. I mean, I know you do it often, and we're gonna make sure that your stuff is already in the description of everything. But what you're doing is amazing. Like, I prefer, I gotta get a Fire Stick. I could go to Amazon and get it today if I want. But I'm like, nah, let me go. Hey, Cardo, you got a Fire Stick?
Because we're going to give you the education.
Right.
We're going to tell you the apps that you should use. We're going to tell you all of that.
Yeah, I feel safe because I'm like, you know what? Anything ever go wrong, hey, this don't make sense. How's this working? Or cool, boom, that's into that. So it's that trust, like, and know factor is a big deal. And I believe you have that established here in the DMV area. So
for sure.
Definitely appreciate everything you got going on. Look, guys, this is only part 1. I'm going to try to do part 2 next week. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to try to do part 2 next week. Get your stuff from The.UglyBrand.com. Forgive me, my mind has so many things going on through it right now. I love y'all. We're going to talk to Cardo again, prayerfully next week. But if not, we'll take another 4 weeks like we normally do to get together. Period. With the DMV Computer Man. Peace.
Nice. That's good.
Hey, I appreciate it.